So a while back, a YouTuber with the name BUNSKARO posted a now unlisted video about an art competition on February 27th. It was created in celebration of her reaching 10K subscribers on a YouTube channel, and was supposed to have her viewers redraw her persona, or OC, Reiko Arakawa, and we were supposed to draw the character in whatever way we liked. However, the competition would later be cancelled on the 13th of March, due to school, exams, and other personal reasons. This is, of course, totally fine. People need to take a break every once in a while and should never be held against them if they do. However, despite the canceling of the competition and the fact that the original deadline was the 17th of March, long past this video being made, one bug catcher was willing to step out of the shadows to create the fan art requested, not in hopes of reward, but simply as means to show support to a brilliant creator. Without further ado, hello! My name is Caden, and I will be participating in the now cancelled BUNSKARO 10K contest. So, what am I doing here? Alright, so for this challenge, I decided to draw Reiko Arakawa in a design that is hopefully closer to the official Danganronpa style. To clarify, I am in no way intending to fix Karo's art. I actually really like her character and the design given to it, and a lot of it will be kept the same or at least really close in my design. So then, what do I mean by making it closer to the official Danganronpa style? Well, part of it is because of something Karo would state in a post she made some time ago. The character of Reiko Arakawa was originally intended to be her own OC, based around the style of the fan game Danganronpa Another. This game is really good at mimicking the Danganronpa style, though there were a couple minor differences that are in no way the fault of the original creator of the game. While I still will address these minor differences, I want it to be known that these are in no way a fault of Karo's art. Also, a lot of this is probably just subjective, and so I hope none of this will be held against me. After all, while I did make this partially as a means of support, I was also just to help me with my own drawings and finding my own Danganronpa style. And that's part of the reason why these suggestions should not be taken seriously. This is not my character, and I do not expect or want any of these changes to be applied to the original design. Also, if for whatever reason Karo wishes for me to take this video down, I will, no questions asked. The last thing I want to do is to upset anyone. Also, I'm in no way an expert on this, and my words should be taken with a grain of salt. And if I get anything wrong, please let me know in the comments so that I may correct it in the future. Alright, that's enough exposition. Let's get into it. The first thing that I would like to address is a really, really minor detail that I changed. This being the shading of the glasses. Yeah, this video is going to be very nitpicky if you couldn't tell. In many official Danganronpa sprites, you will actually find that many of the characters' glasses do not have highlights like this. And that's because most of them don't have any form of shading at all, as far as I know. With the exception of Miyu, who wears goggles, not glasses. Pretty sure there's a difference. And Ifumi, a lot of the characters won't have shading on their glasses in their sprites like these. And even when they do, it's not usually in this way. Generally, when the glasses are shaded, it only appears in this highlight around the edges. Again, this is really minor and specific, and you should expect a lot of these other things to be like this. Oh, and speaking of shading, you will probably notice that I did change the shading of the drawing as a whole. I choose to make no comment on this, as I am in fact not an expert and just copy the shading of the other official Danganronpa characters to get this. Remember that references are always a good thing to use, no matter what other people say. That is not so much about Danganronpa as it is just an art tip in general. On to the next thing! The texture. While there is texture present on the clothing and the design, I do not believe it to be the official Danganronpa one. The one I used is a specific one from Reddit. I'll try to remember the link below. It should be there. This texture is used in all of the clothing and in the hair of the Danganronpa sprites. Yeah, not much else to say here. Once you get the overlay, just erase it on the parts that aren't clothing or hair and change the opacity to whatever fits best. Alright, hopefully this next one will be a little more interesting. You see, as I was looking through the Danganronpa sprites, especially in their specific character sheets, I found that many of the characters have these specific emblems. And upon further investigation, I found that they all did, even though some may be harder to see than others. I also found that many of the characters' talents would often take some part in their design, with an exception to a few like Leon and Gundam, who aren't necessarily supposed to look like their talent. So I had to make sure to include these in the design somehow. I'll first start with what I did for the emblem. In the About page on Karo's channel, she has this really neat design, and it is this design that I decided to try to make into an emblem. And this is the result. I would then take this emblem and stick it on either side of her jacket. Then, to try to make her talent more obviously, I created a design based on the Wii's directional pad and stuck it on her dress. Why the Wii? Well, mostly because it was one of the least obvious options. Like I said, this was supposed to show what her talent was, but it's like you can't just say, oh wow, look at this GameCube or whatever directional pad. So obvious. Can't you tell they're a gamer? Well, game designer, but you get it. You might have also noticed that the design doesn't have this. How do I describe it? It's this sort of frilly bit on the dress that you can see in the original design. And you see, I have a really good explanation about why I didn't include it. And it's because, yeah, I just forgot about it. Though, I mean, I could say that it was because it would have gotten in the way of the directional pad, but if I did, I would be lying. And I think that's everything. Or at least everything I wanted to mention. As I said before, some of these changes were likely just because of things relevant to what the original design was based off of. I also realize that my own design is nowhere near perfect. As I said before, I have not done many of these Danganronpa designs, and am myself still working to improve as an artist. If you, for whatever reason, watch this video and are not subscribed to BUNSKARO, what are you doing? Also, like, how? I literally only have 12 subscribers, and for good reason, I might add. Well, she has 11K currently. Also, please don't watch any of my previous videos. They are terrible. I mean, I haven't seen them in over a year, but still. Also, if you liked what I did, then who knows? I might do more. No promises. But maybe? I don't know. I mean, I do have an idea for my own Danganronpa, but who knows if I'm ever going to do anything with it. I mean, I might post something in the future about it, but eh. Anyway, please check out Karo's channel if you haven't yet. And I suggest, there's one video about an incomplete execution for Miyoruma that is not made by her, but is still really good. So, yeah. Have a nice day, everybody.